I died at 27 and woke up in hell. At least, that's what I thought. The last thing I remember was standing in a lecture hall, talking about volcanic gases. Then, nothing. No pain, no warning. Just darkness. When I opened my eyes again, the first thing I felt was heat. Not warmth, not sunlight. Heat, like the air itself was burning. The ground beneath me glowed faintly, cracked like molten stone. And the sky? There was no sky, only rock. Endless, suffocating rock above me. At first I thought I was dreaming, or hallucinating, but then I saw them. Shapes, moving in the distance. Tall, twisted, watching me. That's when the realization hit. I wasn't on Earth anymore, and whatever this place was, it wasn't meant for the living. Is this hell? I muttered, wiping the sweat from my brow. My voice echoed strangely in the cavern. The heat wasn't unbearable, but it pressed on me constantly, a slow simmer rather than a blistering burn. I stood shakily, my feet crunching on the loose volcanic gravel beneath me. The rocks glowed faintly underfoot, as though embers lived inside them. The hulking figures prowled between glowing structures built into the cavern walls, demonic figures with red skin, horns, and sharp claws. Creatures of various shapes and sizes, some with wings, some with tails, moved through the shadows. It was clear I was in no ordinary afterlife. My reflection in a nearby pool of molten rock startled me. My once human form had changed. My skin was now a deep crimson, thick and resilient like the others I had seen. My once average forehead now sported small, rough knobs, like the beginnings of horns. I stared at my reflection, trying to reconcile the image of a scientist with the demonic creature he had become. This isn't hell. A voice growled behind me. I spun around to face a towering demon, its eyes glowing yellow. The creature was wrapped in crude armor made of charred rock and leather, its massive horns curled like a ram's. "What is this place, then?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady despite the pounding of my new heart. "This is the Underworld," the demon said. "A place older than your concepts of heaven or hell. You're one of us now. If you want to survive, you'll need to align with one of the tribes." I felt my heart race. "Tribes?" The demon nodded. "There are 13 tribes in the Underworld. Each controls different territories, resources, and provides its members with food, shelter, and protection. If you don't find a tribe, you'll wander these fiery lands alone, easy prey for the wild creatures, or worse, those of us who hunt the weak." My mind raced, trying to absorb this new reality. The Underworld wasn't a place of eternal punishment, as I had feared, but rather a strange, ancient society with its own laws, culture, and tribes. It was more like an underground kingdom, one that functioned under the rule of power and survival. As the demon led me through the caverns, I began to notice just how intricate this world was. Massive strongholds built into the cave walls loomed overhead, each with different banners fluttering in the hot wind. Every tribe seemed to have its own unique insignia and territory, and each tribe's members varied in appearance and abilities. Some had leathery wings, others had long, venomous tails or molten eyes that glowed with a fire from within. The structures themselves looked carved out of the rocks by beings who understood not only the power of the earth, but also how to manipulate it. The demon pointed to different territories. The Ashwalkers control the northern stronghold, close to the lava sea. They're ruthless, but they thrive in battle. Then there's the Stone Crushers, craftsmen who carve weapons and structures out of the hardest rock in the Underworld. I listened closely, weighing his options. I was no warrior, but I was curious about this new world's geology, its creatures, and its materials. The stone crushers seemed like a tribe that aligned with my curiosity, my need to understand. I also noticed other tribes, the rift stalkers, who could disappear into the shadows at will, and the flame keepers, who worshipped the flames and harnessed them in strange rituals. As days turned into weeks, I explored my new home. I discovered plants that grew despite the lack of sunlight, their roots feeding on the minerals in the rocks. There were strange, luminescent fungi and trees that thrived on the heat of the lava rivers. I marveled at the creatures that prowled the caves, massive, bat-like demons, and even smaller imps that skittered across the stones. Eventually, I chose to join the stone crushers, whose ingenuity and craftsmanship fascinated me. Under their guidance, I learned to carve weapons, build fortresses, and even manipulate the rocks to create intricate traps and defenses. In time, I became known for my sharp mind and ability to see patterns in the volcanic landscape that others couldn't. The knobs on my head slowly grew into sharp horns, and his crimson skin thickened, becoming more resilient to the heat of the underworld. What had once been a place of fear and uncertainty for me had become home. I no longer saw myself as a human who had died tragically, but as a member of an ancient society, thriving in a world beneath the earth, a realm older than time itself. And though the underworld was dangerous and full of dark creatures, I found beauty in its chaos, in the heat and flame, and in the powerful sense of belonging that came with finding my tribe. In this strange, fiery afterlife, I, Fred Abdeen, was no longer a man. I was a demon of the underworld, strong, clever, and ready for whatever challenges this ancient realm would throw at me.